So he's trying to get him an early foul and get to the free throw line. If he does that, that defender has to be a little bit less aggressive.
Can't pick up cheap fouls against Durant. It's hard enough guarding him.
And we talked about.
Says right now, I'm simply unguarded.
Makes 3 or 4 from outside the arc.
How about this matchup? 2 young studs in the association. And the crowd going.
I mean, that is such a flop. That wasn't even.
Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? Happy holidays from your boy from LIB Media, man. I hope everybody had Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. I hope everybody enjoyed time with the family. For those that are still on vacation, because y'all are off all the way until the new year, shout out to you. I got to go spend some time with the fam back at home, and now I'm back because I got some days I got to work in between now and New Year's. So either way, man, I know I made a video in a while, but you know, with all that going on, I want to make a quick video. And this is something that I've been hearing all about through all the medias and all this stuff. And so I wanted to give my opinion on it because I do think this is a real thing. But I think in the playoffs, we kind of seen that it's not as much pretty much a thing. So it's pretty much, does the league have an OKC problem, or is OKC just beating everybody else? So the Spurs have now beaten OKC 3 times this year. The Spurs played OKC on Christmas. I got to watch that game. It came on right after my terrible Washington Commanders was playing. So I watched that. Didn't want to watch any more football for the rest of the day because I was so upset. So I was still kind of watching the football game on my phone while I was actually watching this basketball game. And Wemby came off the bench again. And you can tell when Wemby's in the game totally changes. But the main thing is about OKC and the whole thing with Shai, Shai's ability to draw fouls versus how everybody else plays against OKC. Now, I do think this conversation has some legs, even though most people will be like, come on, bro. The conversation does have some legs because the way Casey Wallace and Lou Dort and J-Dub, because this isn't really a chat conversation, but the way they guard people on the perimeter, they put their body in the people. Now, I don't mind that because I have no problem with basketball being physical, right? I have no problem there. When it's a physical basketball game, I actually like watching it more. The flip side is if you put your body on Shai, he's going to go to the line. And you can clearly see a discrepancy in the amount of free throws that the Thunder are getting against other teams than what the Thunder themselves are generating. Meaning, like, on one side, you got a bunch of people racking up fouls against Shai and J-Dub and these guys, especially because Shai is such a downhill player. They're generating all of these fouls. But on the other end, Lou Dort is solid and he's wide and he's just putting his body in front of you and you can't do nothing. Casey Wallace, these dudes are stout dudes. They're good defenders, but they do defend physically. In the league, I think for years I've had a problem with you want to give superstars the call, which is what they've been trying to do since the 90s. Let's give these superstars all the calls, right? But the flip side is you want to give them the calls, but then you want to down the physicality. So now a lot of the fouls look ticky-tacky on certain people. Like you got fouls where people don't even touch the people. They just call the foul, right? Because they're like, oh, that's supposed to be a foul. Or you got people flopping all around, running into the stands, diving, acting like they got shot in midair by a bullet, flying away to get these calls, right? And so it's creating a problem. And now the OKC directly is exacerbating that problem. You know what I mean? So like now it's like, okay, bro, Shai's a superstar. He's the MVP, finals MVP. You want to give him the calls, but Some of them are just ridiculous, and it's like you have to officiate the game. No matter what sport you're playing, it has to be officiated the same on both sides. Because if somebody banging down low, right? If they banging in the post, then you got to let the other player get the ball and bang back. You know what I mean? Like, you can't let one person, put their shoulder all in somebody, and then when they come back on the other side, now all of a sudden, oh, well, we can't do that because it's too physical. So the Spurs, though, came out and set the tone. They won. They're faster than OKC. Their backcourt, Castle, Vassell, Fox, Dylan Harper, all are ball handlers and penetrators, right? First and foremost. So they create problems for them because they really make the OKC defenders have to move side to side. And then when Wemby is in the game and he's defending the rim, now Shai wants to take jump shots because now, rather than foul baiting, I can let you pass me because Wemby's at the rim. And so now you have no choice. And Shai's a great mid-range jump shooter, but it's the space in between, like where he want to take the jump shot at, me defending you there, to the actual rim itself. And Wemby being so tall that once you get in a certain closeness, he can block that jump. So now the Spurs seem to be a bad matchup for them, but I think the bigger overall thing is not that the Spurs are beating them. I wonder what the refs are going to do for the league universally. Like, are y'all going to let everybody, anytime OKC plays a physical game all the way around? Because I think, more NBA fans seem to like that, there is some semblance of physicality, and that's why you like the playoffs, because they let them play in the playoffs. But OKC plays that way all through the regular season. So I just think this is something that has to be looked at by the league and say, okay, we're going to make OKC play everybody fair, because roster construction wise, the OKC is not like superbly better than other teams roster construction wise, right? I'm old enough to have seen teams that are roster constructedly just better. I've seen the 01 Lakers with Shaq and Kobe. I saw KD and Steph on the Warriors. Those teams were constructedly just better than the other teams they were playing, right? But then you had the Detroit Pistons in 04. Just a physical, gritty defensive team, not roster-wise, not just better than everybody. You had Big Shot. You had Rip, Tayshaun. You know what I mean? Sheed, Ben, and they just played basketball. And it seems like OKC is more of that style of team where defensively we're just going to get after you. So we don't need super-duper offensive to be super duper offensively powered, even though you do have the one superstar scorer in Shai, and then J-Dub is a 20-point per game guy, and Chet can be a 20-point per game guy too. So that's your three scorers, and everybody else is just role players that D up and they get their points in bunches. So we'll just see, man. We'll see what happens now. Shout out to the Spurs, man. The Spurs is doing their hat in the arena. I thought when I saw Wemby, the way he started off the year, that was one thing. But now that De'Aaron Fox is back, you can really see what this team can be. So I'm super duper interested. Y'all let me know in the comments below, like, how y'all feel about the fouls. Are the refs favoring OKC? Do y'all think they will actually repeat? Or do y'all think the refs will be like, hey, y'all got to beat everybody, and we'll see them in 2 more 7-game struggles like we saw them in the playoffs last year? Y'all let me know. Once again, Happy New Year to everybody too, because probably the next time I make a video will be after that. So everybody stay safe out there. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.